What's up, everyone? We'll start in 1 minute. Just waiting for people to get in here. How's the echo? I'm in a new room now. A lot of people were complaining about the microphone. What's up, Cred? Good to see you in here. Alright, let's get started. So today what I want to cover is a quick market analysis, where I think the market's going, what I'm seeing right now, the current trend, and where I think Bitcoin's going. So there's a few main things that I'm seeing right now. The first one is that there's another huge ICO phase. And, this was a problem before. I wouldn't say it's a problem now, but something that's concerning me is there's so many ICOs coming out and the amount of money they're raising. Like, almost every ICO is selling out 20 to 30 million. And, most of them should have like $1 to $3 million valuations. They're over-raising because people are buying into anything right now. And so that's one of the main reasons I think a lot of alternative currencies are down. I'm not going to say altcoins because people will get mad. But I'm just really seeing a lot of these ICOs, and I think that is something that's taking money out of the market, and no one's really accounting for it. Like if we go to market cap and we look at the overall market, like people have been worried because the market cap is down to 560 million from nearly 800 million. But I think one of the big reasons behind that is because of ICOs. Like, I'd estimate up to maybe even a couple billion are in ICOs right now. It's not a problem, but that money is not being traded around. That money is actually being held for multiple months. And so once you see a lot of these ICOs come to market, which will be in about a month or two, there's going to be one of two situations are going to happen. Either all these things are going to pump like crazy, they're going to go way beyond their valuations and the market cap's going to go nuts. Or the second thing, which I think is more likely, is a lot of these ICOs will list at 1.5 to 2 times their ICO price, and then people are going to dump them because they're going to be upset that they just held something for 2.5 months and they only got 150% gain. Which, if you think about it, that's an amazing gain, but everyone's seeing these ICOs go 10 to 20x right now. Some of the good ones like, Icon, and everyone's talking about OneChain. So I just think when a lot of these ICOs hit market, people are going to be really disappointed and dump them. And when they dump those, they're going to go to either Bitcoin or some of the coins that they like and have been supporting that they might have sold some to get into ICOs. Also, like, I don't want to break it to you guys, but a lot of these ICOs are going to get listed like 60 to 70% below the ICO price. They're just really raising way too much money. And it's worrying me. Like I said, I don't have a problem if there's so many ICOs because, that's how you grow the market, new companies or coins, whatever you want to call them. It's just I'm really worried about the amount that a lot of them are raising. Like, they should not be raising more than a couple million, because when you look at a company's ICO, you only want them to raise what they need. You don't want them to raise extra capital, because that right off the bat says they're greedy. And what are they going to do with that money? Are they just going to put it in a marketing budget and have it sit? It's being raised in Bitcoin or Ethereum. So, they could raise 50 million, and a year later, that 50 million, they have 25 million sitting around. That could only be worth 5 million, or that could be worth 500 million. So that the big problem is that they have all this money sitting around, and it's not like it's cash. So it's very volatile, and you just don't want to see ICOs doing that. Huge risk. And I've been investing in some ICOs personally. I'm going to be advising a few, which I can share one of them is BlockX. BlockX is one that I'm going to be investing in. The Bravado team is all very into BlockX. BlockX is an exchange. Exchanges are big right now. You know, more exchanges, more volume, more fair prices too. So BlockX is an ICO that I'm investing in. Another ICO that I'm going to be investing in is Globotex. Globotex is another exchange. They're actually a European exchange. The ICO is February 10th, I believe. And I'll be giving out a link for that. I don't think it's going to be a reference link or anything. I'm not too sure yet, but I'm going to be investing in Globotex. If I do give out a reference link, referral link, of course I'll put, you know, whatever I'm getting, if I'm getting rewarded for it. Obviously transparency is the biggest thing. So these are two that I'm definitely looking at. And then another one is Current. Current is pretty interesting. It has Mark Cuban as an advisor, and they already have like 200,000 downloads with 35% retention rate, which is really good, and that's with absolutely no marketing. And so these three ICOs that I'm going to be investing in, I'm going to do a video on each one individually over the next 2 weeks. As you guys know, I've been crazy. I've been very busy. I just moved, so that's why I haven't been live streaming or making any videos recently. But I'm going to be back on course. Moving into the office on Monday with the Bravado guys, and from then, one of the first things on my list to do is to make a set streaming schedule and a set video release schedule, so they're not so sporadic, and you'll be able to come the same time every week, and I'll do probably 2 live streams a week and at least 1 or 2 video releases. And okay, so let's get into the market analysis. That was the first thing why I think a lot of alts are down. Just because the ICOs, you know, no one's really talking about it. Everyone's talking about, oh, there's this big ICO craze again, like dump all your money in ICOs. Not the worst idea if you can get into the good ones. It's just a lot of people are wondering why other coins are down. It's because people are selling some of their bags. Some of the ones, you know, they might be up a lot on it, or it might just be sitting doing nothing. They want to poke it with a stick. They're sending it to an ICO. High risk, high reward. You know, like in my opinion, ICOs are one of the biggest risks, aside from maybe 1% of them. There's the 1% that you know for a fact is going to be good. You know, they're talked about everywhere. There's so much hype behind it. Keep going back to the examples of Chain and Icon. You know, when there's that much hype behind something, it's almost a no-brainer, but it's really difficult to get in. You know, I've had problems getting into ICOs as well. So what do we see with Bitcoin? As you guys know, I'm starting to feel bullish on Bitcoin again. On a long-term thing, you know, we're still in this giant falling wedge kind of, you know, everyone pretty much agrees that we're in this giant falling wedge, which is actually a bullish continuation pattern. You know, we don't need any indicators. And so I think that we're going to be, and I've been talking to a lot of guys about it, I think that we're going to be breaking out of this pattern in the next 2 weeks, probably around this time period, February 5th to the 10th. That's kind of what the consensus is among me and some guys that I trade with. You know, Peripheral, Crypto says. So we think that you know, about 2 weeks from now we'll see break out of this wedge. In the next week or so, we want to see it retest this resistance. You know, maybe around 13,000, 13,200. That will bring us into the end of January, start of February, and then expect to see a drop maybe back to 11,000, and then retest this resistance, break out of it, and hopefully be on another Bitcoin bull run. What can you expect from other coins on the Bitcoin bull run? In my opinion, a lot of them are going to have huge drops. There's going to be a few that run with Bitcoin, you know, the really strong currencies that are at a good evaluation. Obviously, you guys know my favorites like Aeon, Dragon, Lux, still great. There's a few others that I have been holding pretty tightly. But, you know, I'm going to, if my prediction's right on Bitcoin, I'm definitely going to be restructuring my portfolio to have a much higher percent of Bitcoin. Right now, I'm not holding as much Bitcoin as I want to be. But, you know, that's just because I missed the opportunity to sell a lot of my alts when Bitcoin started to drop. And when you try and mess around with Bitcoin's volatility in the market, like if you're going to be trying to trade in that type of market, almost, I mean, 99 out of 100 times you're probably going to lose. And in the past, I've made that mistake. I've tried to make moves too early or even too late where I missed the opportunity to sell. Now I was trying to make up for that loss, and it just leads to more and more losses. So I have been bag holding for the first time. You guys know I don't like to hold my bags, but at this point, a lot of these bags are down 30 or 40% because of the recent volatility, and they're pretty bottomed out. So there's no point in selling now. I could have sold 5 or 10% ago on the way down, but it's just a huge hassle. And then you never quite know when we're going to have that bounce in the market. So I've just been holding a lot of my alts. You guys know that I have not been trading much. As I just said, like, it is just really stupid to be trading around when Bitcoin's like this. This is a really good opportunity to pick up long bags when everything is at very hard support. I see a bunch of questions in the live chat. I'll get to questions in a few more minutes after I finish the market analysis. We'll do like 10 or 15 minutes of questions. So back to what I was saying. Right now, my general opinion is if there's some coins you like out there, pick them up for a long bag. You know, there's definitely still the possibility that Bitcoin goes down and retests this 5 to 8,000 area. I personally think if we go to that 5 to 8,000 area, we'll probably go down to 3,000 really quickly. You know, obviously no one wants to see that, but you got to keep in mind that possibility, because if we go to a weekly chart, obviously I don't like to use a lot of indicators, just the 13 and 48 EMAs, and then obviously I love the Ichimoku clouds. But if we break this support right here, which is held up really strong, and you know, we see this green hammer on the weekly, and this is one of the most bullish candlesticks that there is. You know, this candlestick right here has, it's a pretty significant drop, but the buy pressure is insane. The longer the wick on the bottom, the stronger the buy pressure, because that means the price was a lot lower at one point and it closed at a better price. So if we continue to see this green hammer reversal signal on the weekly, I'm going to be very, very confident that we're going to continue up, definitely retest 20,000. I have much higher price targets on Bitcoin than 20,000 for this year. I'll go into that a little bit right now. So my view on Bitcoin right now is I just don't know why it's still going down. There's been the most positive news about it in a long time. Well, honestly, there's been the most positive news about Bitcoin these past 2 weeks since I've started trading. I've only been in since May. But like, it just got added to Robinhood. You know, even on the TV, they're saying like the dip is over, good to put in more money. Don't trust TV, but you know, that's where the general public is getting most of their information from. So I really think that we're gonna have a strong reversal. And then the main thing about Bitcoin, why I'm so bullish on a price target, you know, in the $30,000 to $40,000 range in the next couple months, is because of the Lightning Network. If you're not too into the tech, then to easily put the Lightning Network, it's a scaling solution. It's a layer on top of Bitcoin that will allow you to do off-chain transactions, and it will allow you to do microtransactions. So instead of every single transaction being pushed to the blockchain, you open kind of a channel between someone. So say I go to Starbucks all the time, I would open a channel between me and Starbucks, and you know, no one else can send transactions in that channel. And to simplify it, you know, you can make as many transactions as you want. They're going to be near instant and near pretty much free, you know, cheaper than most other cryptos. And then, you know, every month they could close the channel and open a new one, or, you know, say that I'm working for you and you want to pay me every week for 6 months, then the channel's open for those 6 months. At the end of the 6 months, you close the channel, one transaction gets sent to the blockchain. So this will allow for so many more transactions without backing up the blockchain. There's a lot more about the Lightning Network that I'm not going to get into. You know, I need to do more research on it before I feel comfortable talking about it in a really technical way. But definitely be on the lookout for a video about Lightning Network in the next 2 or 3 weeks from me, because that's really what's going to bring Bitcoin to the next level, because that will give it so much more of a use. And on top of that, that will remove the need for all these other altcoins. And what I mean by that is I've been talking about this giant dump in the alts market for a while, because, you know, most of these currencies are pretty much worthless. If you're not a protocol or a platform, then if Bitcoin scales like this, you have absolutely no use for the most part. because Bitcoin is doing exactly what you were trying to fix. If Bitcoin has really cheap and near instant transactions, then what's the point of something like all these coins? You know, they're saying, oh, it's an upgrade of Bitcoin, it's built off Bitcoin, but if you can upgrade Bitcoin itself, then why would you want to just use other currencies? Obviously, I only trade to make more Bitcoin. People call me a Bitcoin maximalist or whatever, but in the end, there's only going to be Bitcoin, which is like the digital gold, and then a few platforms and a bunch of protocols. And if you don't know the difference between a platform and protocol, you should get on Google right now, learn the difference, because those are what I'm investing in, and exchanges, because obviously as this gets bigger, there's going to be more volume, and that means exchanges make more money. And if you invest in one of these exchanges and then it becomes one of the bigger ones, you know, you're going to see significant gains. Like I'm thinking, like, think if you invested in I know you can't, but think if you invested in Coinbase 2 years ago. Now it's one of the biggest exchanges. You know, you would have such significant gains. So by buying a little piece of all these up and coming exchanges with unique propositions, you have a really high chance of being successful. You know, BlockX is an exchange that's basically a digital asset exchange platform, as it says right here, which means that they can hold like different things like bonds on digitally. So it's not just for coins. Like, they're going to be doing a bunch of different they're allowing the digitization of a lot of different financial instruments. And then Globotax has some very unique propositions. Like I said, I'll be making a video about these 3 ICOs I'm investing in. But I will do some questions. Let's do about 10 minutes of questions, and then I'm going to hop off because I haven't been online in like almost 2 weeks with all this moving stuff, and I gotta find some gems. So, until Bitcoin drops under 30% dominance, you're more like a Bitcoin rationalist. If Bitcoin drops under 30% dominance, I'll be extremely surprised. I just don't see that happening. It was really close, and how do we get there? It's up here, Bitcoin dominance. You know, it got to 33%. I don't like to do TA on these kind of charts, but I mean, I could definitely see inverse head and shoulders forming, left shoulder, head. We'll go up here, drop again, up, and Bitcoin will return to pretty significant dominance because, like I just said, Bitcoin is able to scale. You can build on top of it, and when you build on top of it, if a solution fails, it doesn't matter because it does not affect the original chain. You're just trying to build a layer on top of it. Link made a massive cup and handle. Would love to hear about your thoughts on the impact of decentralized exchanges on the actual exchanges and the subsequent value of their coins. So a lot of people are saying that decentralized exchanges are going to be big this year. I agree with that, but I don't like them. I don't really see decentralized exchanges taking over from centralized exchanges. There's a few main reasons. The first one is that I don't think a lot of people are going to be comfortable trading on decentralized exchanges. Like, if you screw up, there's no support. That's it. Like, your money is just gone. And so people that aren't comfortable in the cryptocurrency market aren't going to like that idea. The second thing is government regulation. You know, I know the whole point of decentralized exchanges are the idea is to get away from regulation and stuff, but I don't see governments letting it fly. You know, governments are trying to regulate exchanges to make them safer, which is an extremely good thing. That gives a lot more legitimacy to the market, and in the long run, it will remove some volatility. The third reason, government. The money that's going into the market right now. Everyone is in this agreement that there's a lot of, what's it called? The people putting in the market right now, there's a lot of institutional money going into it, and institutional money is not going to be cool using decentralized exchanges. They're going to want, you know, business accounts on an exchange like Binance. Binance said they're setting up business accounts now. You know, they don't want to use a decentralized exchange. They have to do everything very legitimately. Sorry. And so I just don't think institutional money is going to ever want to use a decentralized exchange. So those are my 3 main reasons. I do think that the volume will increase, though, on decentralized exchanges this year, but I don't see them taking over. It could be like a good investment right now, but again, it would be very difficult to get away from centralized exchanges. When is a good time to enter Dragon? It's always a good time to enter Dragon. I only buy Dragon. I don't sell it. So my Dragon bag is becoming a significant portion of my portfolio, and a lot of people say that's stupid, but you know, I think Dragon's really undervalued. Reason Dragon's undervalued is the market cap. 700 million might be a kind of big market cap, but you look at something like Neo, 9 billion. You look at Qdom, 3 billion. So there's just plenty of room to grow. I always say this, but every country is going to need their own blockchain incubator, and that is looking like the one for the USA. And so, you know, I'm investing in platforms. Dragon Chain has a ton of applications for their incubator, I think over a couple hundred. And it has a pretty low market cap relative to the other countries, I guess like blockchain incubators, blockchains that will be hosting other coins. Thoughts on Andy Hoffman saying Vera is going to attempt another BCH/BCZ dump or just before? So the whole Bitcoin Cash thing, a lot of people don't like to say it because they just don't like the whole marketing behind Bitcoin Cash, but it really is a good investment right now. I do see it going back to around 0.3 at some point, 0.3 Bitcoin. You know, a lot of people, not a lot of people, but some people don't like off-chain scaling. They don't like the Lightning Network. I personally am all for it, but so we're going to see a lot of FUD about the Lightning Network once more updates come out, and I think that will be the next Bitcoin Cash push. You know, like I said, I can easily see Bitcoin Cash being about 30% of the value of Bitcoin. I'll do a few more questions. Let's go to the bottom. Legolas. So the thing about Legolas, I put money in on round 0, and I guess they're not open to the US, so I don't know what I'm doing yet. I haven't asked for a refund yet. But I think Legolas will be a good one. That's a bank-backed exchange. Like I said, I'm just trying to get in on all these exchanges a little bit, because if one takes off and gets huge volume, then significant gains. And not only that, like exchanges can start to pay dividends. They can do a 2-token system to reward users. A lot of things in here about QASH Cash. I did buy some the other day. You know, I'm down a little bit on it, but this is something I'm holding long term. Cash is basically a way to provide liquidity to the crypto economy, crypto market. If you want to know more about Cash, go on YouTube, go to my boy Korean Jew. He has one of the best videos on Cash out there, right here. So if you're interested in Cash, definitely check out that video. He does a huge in-depth explanation, and I'm pretty sure he posted his write-up on it. So I'm not going to get into Cash because, you know, I trust his research. Thoughts on Matrix token? I haven't looked into Matrix token. You know, like I said, I haven't been online really the last 2 weeks. I've been moving, so I have a lot of catching up to do. Proc. A lot of things about Proc. A lot of people are fudding it, saying it's a scam, this and that. I haven't found anything that makes me uncomfortable holding it. I signaled it around like 500 or 600 sats. The Crypto Dog did a special write-up in my newsletter. I'll have another newsletter on Tuesday, by the way. I know I missed a week. Sorry about that, guys. But Pro Currency has a Shark Tank investor behind it, and they're just like they're increasing their marketing right now. And this is a really realistic application. Like, everyone shops online and getting rewarded in the Pro Currency token. You know, if any merchants start to implement this, obviously Kevin Harrington has a ton of merchants he worked with. If any of them start to implement it, it has a $15 million market cap right now. Some people are saying, oh, the total supply is 15 billion. I haven't looked into that yet. This is probably wrong, to be honest, or assuming that, you know, some get taken out of circulation or something. I highly doubt that is the real total supply. Best project for staking rewards and passive income. I've been staking my Lux, and that is great passive income, honestly. I'm not too big into staking coins or masternodes. I'm thinking about setting up some masternodes, but, you know, I've been, like everyone else, putting some extra money into ICOs right now, so I don't have a lot laying around. I'm trying to invest more. What's your target for Aeon? Target for Aeon. Okay, again, I'm going to show you guys how I compare things. Really easy way to do it if you know a lot of the coins. Aeon, $435 million market cap. Aeon has it's part of the blockchain interoperability alliance with Icon and OneChain. Icon's trading at 3 billion right now, or market cap of 3 billion. You know, Icon's a lot more hyped up, but there's no reason that Aeon won't catch up to Icon. Aeon is one of the most interesting projects out there. I haven't made a video yet because the tech is very advanced. I do have a background in computer science, but it's not something that I can explain yet, and I don't feel comfortable making a video about something until I've done plenty of research on it and I can talk about it openly. You know, I don't write any scripts or anything when I'm making videos. I just talk about it off the top of my head, because if I can't talk about it off the top of my head, I should not be promoting it or making videos about it. So I need to keep going through the Aeon white paper. I've already read it almost 2 times, and I probably need to read it like 3 more times until I'm gonna really understand it and be able to make a video. But the thing about Aeon, why it hasn't broken out yet, is because they didn't do an ICO. They had a private sale. They raised enough money. They raised all the money that they needed to develop the blockchain. And instead of being greedy and going, oh, we can raise 100 million, no problem, they said, okay, we're gonna release some tokens and people can lock them up for 12 months. You get a dividend every month. And not everyone locked up their tokens. If you locked up your tokens, you get over 300% bonus tokens by the end of the year. And so I think a lot of people feel like they missed out on that, and that's why they don't like Aeon. But when it comes down to it, Aeon, I think around March, is going to have a big release. They're going to be releasing their first smart bridge for ERC20 tokens. And it's just some really interesting stuff. If you want to know more about Aeon, go on YouTube, type in Aeon, Aeon coin, and you will be able to find everything you need. I'll do a couple more minutes of questions. Lux trading wallet delayed, your thoughts? I don't care if a wallet's delayed. Their wallet right now is functioning great. And, you know, you don't want to put out a wallet update with something unique like trading on the wallet if it's not going to be ready. You know, they've been very transparent about it, why they had to push back the deadline. A lot of people are they're saying it's horrible that they missed the deadline. Don't give a target date when you're not going to meet it, but I don't see a problem with it. As long as they keep on being transparent with us and they keep on telling us why it's delayed and, you know, putting out updates, I have absolutely no problem with it. IOTA is trash. That is really true. IOTA is absolute trash. Let's do another more. Background improve and the sweater fits in the color scheme. Yeah, I'm trying to dress a little bit more professional now that I'm not in college anymore. IOC still to 130K or deleting your Twitter. Yeah, I mean, I bought IOC. I'm down probably 30% on it, 25% on it, but I really like what they're doing, and I like the team. I talked to them a little bit while I was in Miami at the conference, and I think that this could easily have a $250 million market cap. I don't see why not. Someone asked a question when I'm comparing Lux, what I compare it to as other market caps. Well, Lux is really unique. It's a mix of a lot of privacy coins and the best things about them. So if you want to know the maximum market cap, why is it doing that? Stop, refreshing. If we want to know the maximum market cap that Lux could have, you want to look at like Dash or Monero. Obviously, it's really far-fetched, but you know, if Lux does get that big, it could go to $5 or $6 billion market cap. I'm not saying it will, but look, Dash had a $2 million market cap in July of 2014. We go to 2016, Dash had a $17 million market cap, $20 million market cap in the middle of 2016. It actually had under $100 million market cap until January of last year. So, you know, you invest in coins and you hold them when it's possible that they have the kind of growth like Dash had, or Monero, because Lux is kind of a privacy coin, you know, with master nodes, and it also is going to have a unique way for businesses to use it. Lux video is coming. Korean Jew, like I said, has a great Lux video, but a more realistic target is like a lower tier privacy coin. You know, no one talks about Zencash. Zencash is just middle tier privacy coin, nothing special about it. $144 million market cap, and so you see Lux at this $23 million market cap. A big reason is because it's only on Cryptopia. You know, if you go to their website, which they just redid, it's beautiful. Their team went not anonymous. They have a huge team. You know, a lot more people than I thought. Oh, it says down here. They have 10 developers, 6 business members, and 3 community managers. 10 developers and their main developer, 216. This guy is an insane developer. But if we go to the roadmap, Q1, see, very transparent. First deadline was the 15th. I'm sure they're going to either put out the wallet in the next couple days or release a statement why it's not done yet. February 15th, when this SegWit and smart contract thing happens, they might have to hard fork it because they're going to be doing a pretty significant update. And so that might be a reason that they're not listed on more exchanges yet. An exchange, if they know that you're going to have some sort of fork coming up, they don't want to deal with it. So they'll just list you after the fork because it's easier then, you know. They don't want, Bittrex doesn't want to list you and then go, okay, in 2 weeks we're going to have to do this huge hassle that you're going to be forking. So I think that this February 15th update is going to be huge. As you can see, they have a lot of things lined up for it. All on the 15th, that's kind of an indicator that, like, whoa, we got something big going on. Pre-mine burn, SegWit and smart contract, and marketing phase 2. So if I was a gambler, I would bet my money that they're going to be listed on more exchanges in about 3 weeks. I've been holding my Lux since I started talking about it. And that's one thing, like Dragon, I only buy Lux, I don't sell it. Alright, I'll do like 2 more questions and then I gotta get into some research. Do you think WTC will dip below 40? Again, WTC is $40. What happened? Wow, $1 billion market cap. I should have held my WTC, but I didn't. Am I in ship chain? No. I'm gonna wait for. I'm gonna find a really good question as the last question. So if you have a good question, now's the time to post it. I'm going back and looking through. I don't see anything awesome that I wanna end on. ZCL. Okay, fine. Well, we'll end on ZCL and ACT. I like both of those. What is my haircut? I don't know. I haven't gotten a haircut since I left school. You know, I'm gonna have to find a new person in Chicago to cut my hair. It's kind of sad. And okay, so back to ZCL. ZCL, I do not hold any right now. I'm looking to get back in, but not the biggest fan at this price. This is around the price that it should be. I actually met the guy that's doing the community management for ZCL at the Blockchain meetup in Detroit. I'm going to get on a live call with him sometime in the next few days and do a ZCL update because obviously I made that first video and there's going to be the conference on Sunday, I think. I think the conference is tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'm assuming that they're going to give a date for the hard fork. Maybe they'll announce... I don't think so, but maybe they'll announce which exchanges are going to be supporting it. If they do announce what exchanges are supporting it, you're going to see like a crazy breakout. ARY and Track, I don't know what those are yet. I haven't looked into it. So ZCL, I don't have any right now. I sold mine at around 0.07 or 0.007, I think. You know, that's just, I thought it was becoming a little overvalued at that point. Obviously, I was wrong, but I always like to secure my profits. The other one I'm going to end on is ACT. So A-Chain did the first fork of ABTC, was successful. KuCoin credited it. I don't think it's trading anywhere yet. Expected to open something around like 1/10 of a cent, maybe like you know, 1/2 of a cent. I don't think it's on CoinMarketCap yet. But they're doing another fork soon called, it's BOS. I don't know too much about it, but people are pretty excited for it. A-Chain something I'm holding long term. If you hold A-Chain in your in the A-Chain wallet, then every time there's a fork, you just get it automatically. So I just took mine off the exchange, and I'm going to be holding it long term. You know, I'm not even going to look at it for maybe a couple months. I'm going to go back. I'm going to have like 5 forks. You never know. Maybe one of those forks are worth something. But I actually do see one more question that I like, so I will end on this. Hat. Hat I have been quietly accumulating because really low market cap. The circulating supply is higher than this. I think it's around 3 million. 3 million, 2.5 million. I'm not sure what it is, but let's see. So 3 million. If there is 3 million circulating supply, which I don't think there is. times $11 puts us at $33 million market cap. You know, this is another peer-to-peer exchange. I'm buying all these exchanges because just one of them has to go big. And I think that once Hack gets listed on a bigger exchange, which they've been talking about, it will have a very, very big breakout. You know, a lot of people who don't do any research about it are going to see it get listed on a big exchange and go, oh my god, the market cap is 830,000, which it's not, but you know, you can't really help people that don't understand the market if they don't want to learn. And one of the reasons that the market cap and circulating supply is screwed up a little bit is because they did a coin swap. They upgraded their token, and so if you buy it on Ether Delta, you do have to send it to the swap address. It takes a couple minutes, and they'll send you your new token. That's going to be all for today, guys, though. Like I said, moving into the office on Monday, first thing on my to-do list is put out a set streaming schedule. I'm going to put a poll on my Twitter of what time you guys want me to stream. I want to obviously stream when the most people are going to watch it. I don't care what time it is, if it's 5 a.m., 5 p.m., like, I don't sleep much. Thanks, guys. Thanks, CryptoCred. I love that you're watching. If you guys don't know CryptoCred, you should go check him out. He does amazing TA, and he just started a YouTube channel as well. And I watched his last video. I was impressed by it, and you know, he has a new fan. But anyways, I'm gonna have a set schedule out. Hopefully Monday or Tuesday. I'm gonna also try and start streaming not only on YouTube, but stream at the same time in a Facebook group. And maybe even get on Instagram. You know, I want to expand the social media platforms just so I can start posting more things. You know, obviously I'm getting away from day trading because I don't like the day trading market right now. So I'm gonna, you know, look to see what other things I can help people with. And you know, having other channels to post it through, it might annoy some people, but you know, each social media platform obviously has its benefits, and then there's also things that aren't good about it. My problem on Twitter right now is I can't stop shit posting. So, you know, maybe I can, I'm doing better in my Telegram channel, but we'll see. Obviously going to have some big updates soon. Everything's going well. The move went well. There's only one box left in my apartment. So I will see you guys later, and trade smart.